What's up everybody, welcome to a brand new YouTube video. So today we're going to be doing a little masterclass on packet spins and corner spins, okay? So I'm going to be doing like an uncut video and just explaining to you how to do these moves and giving you some tips and some references for you to study. So it's going to be really intense, there's going to be lots of information, hopefully it won't be too overwhelming and you'll be able to learn a lot from it, I'm hoping so. So I also want to show you one thing. I want to show you this view from my apartment. Look at the weather as well, guys. It's a beautiful, hot, sunny day here. I'm wondering if anyone can guess what country I'm in at the moment. I'll give you a few seconds. You can probably see behind me. This is like my little creative space over there. I've got a keyboard where I'll just quickly show you. There we go. Got a keyboard over there and a nice little house plant. So it's all very nice and artsy, quite minimalistic in a sense. So I'm in Malta, for those of you who don't know, beautiful country in the European Union, lovely little island. So yeah, I'm going to be here for however long, I don't know. Got a new job, very excited about this new chapter in my life. Anyway, enough about this. Let's get into the packet spinning part of the video. So enjoy. Okay guys, so welcome to my little creative space. Here is what I'm going to be showing you today. So we're going to be looking at this sort of stuff here. So taking a few cards, spinning it in the hands like this. There's also a little variation where you can spin it again like that. So it's like a double spin. These are like fundamental moves to learn. We'll also have a look at other corner spins you can do. So for example, you can spin it with the thumb and the pinky like this. You can balance it on the back of your hand. There's all sorts of variations you can do, and also to do it in one hand as well. So we'll be looking at one-handed cuts which kind of incorporate this mechanic. I'll be sharing with you just sort of the basics, and I'll be giving you lots of resources so you can study and learn from other creators. Okay, so we're going to start off with this one here. So this is my right hand for clarification, okay, because I know that is flipped on the screen. What you want to do is aim to pick up about 6 to 8 cards, okay? That's like the sweet spot. That's like the perfect number of cards to have in your hand, okay? Just literally practice, I think, at first, just by counting off 6 or 8 cards and then holding them like this. After time, you'll be able to just pick them up like this and go straight into it. So yeah, what I do is I just, at the back, I just pick off with my thumb what I would say is about 6 to 8 cards, and then I get into this grip here. So this is like a biddle grip for reference, okay? So I sort of start off like this, I pick it off, and now I'm going to get into the re-grip, okay? So the index finger is pivotal, so to speak, in the whole of this field. You want to rest it on the long edge. This is the left-hand side, because this is my right hand, so I'm looking at it from this angle. This will be the left-hand side for me. So this is like almost like a Sybil sort of grip. And it's going to rest here. The middle finger is going to go in the top left corner. The thumb is going to move to the bottom right corner, okay, you see? And then you can kind of let go with these fingers and you should be able to hold it like that, okay? So that's the grip basically. You could also just pick it straight off like this. Using the middle finger and the thumb, getting them in position straight away. But realistically speaking, speaking from experience, you normally just pick them off with your thumb and do a little re-grip like that, okay? I think that's probably the best way to understand this. Right, so we have this grip down, okay? Now, the index finger, as I say, is really crucial. What you're gonna do is basically curl it back, okay? So you're gonna pull this whole packet back, okay? Now you see the position of the index finger. Always keep an eye on the position that I'm in here. When you curl it, it's going to be curling like this, okay? So you're like dragging it across. And then what you're going to do is extend it out, okay? So watch as I extend it, what's going to happen. I'm pushing it sort of back, and the index finger is going to go underneath, okay? The index finger is underneath here. This is a hard bit. I'll go over it one more time quickly for you. You're in this grip, curl it, and you're going to just keep on curling it basically until you get to this point, and then you're going to start extending it in this grip. And always think like push this down, okay? Think of it like that, push it down and then extend. And then you've got this grip here, this new position, all right? That's super important. And that's pretty much the whole move, really. To sort of reverse the actions, you kind of use the ring finger here to place on the long edge here on the left-hand side. And then you're just going to like roll it. So you're going to turn your hand palm down and just roll it back onto the deck. So look, the left-hand part is going to be like that, and then you just roll it on top, okay? So slow motion, it's going to be like this, okay? You see the regrips there and stuff in action. Boom. Okay. And then roll it back down, okay? So that's the basic overview. So practice that. If you're familiar with some elements of magic, I know that there are some double lifts and color changes that incorporate this kind of twirling action, okay? Like for example, the twirl change. Let's see if I can do a quick performance of it for you, where you just shake it and it changes. It's pretty much the same mechanism, but done with packets instead of single cards, or in this case, a double. So yeah, practice this and just practice rolling it, okay? So now, once you've done that and once you feel comfortable, we're gonna do the second phase, which is basically the same thing that I've just taught you here by curling it. I should also mention that when you're in this position, to sort of roll it back, you want to sort of curl the index finger down like that, because what that is going to do is basically, you can see here, it sort of moves it so that you're almost in like a face-up position in your right hand now. And then the ring finger will just kind of help aid it down like that, okay? So that's actually a good tip that I forgot to mention. Anyway, once we've learned this bit, we're going to do this, okay? This is another important thing to learn. So again, we're in this position, the index finger will curl down, and then you're going to sort of extend it again, so in this position. And now what's going to happen, you've got to practice this bit. The index finger is going to reach across. So again, for reference, this is the top left-hand corner for me, because this is my right hand, okay? Your index finger will reach across, and you can do the same thing, curl it, okay? So watch what I do. I reach across and I curl it. And the same principle, you extend it and it goes underneath, okay? So now you're in this new grip, you see here? And the packet should be face up. And then what you can do is basically, you'll be in this sort of position here. You can sort of roll it back onto the deck and sort of let go, and the index finger will sort of act as the balance, really. It will kind of act as the support. So you can roll that packet back onto the deck like that. It's like a sort of rolling action like that. You can also use the ring finger again for this. So you kind of go back into like a biddle grip. I'll show you how that's done. So we roll it like this. Sort of turn your hand palm up and then curl the index finger. So from underneath, it's like you're curling it, you see? And then you can use the ring finger, that's going to reach across. This will be the top left-hand corner. And that's like the new grip. So the thumb and the ring finger kind of gripping it at the long edge, which is a bit awkward. And you can kind of just roll it like that. That's another way you can do it. Although I must confess, I tend to just use the motion and the index finger. So it's like this, okay? And that kind of flowing action helps it just roll nicely back on top. So I'll quickly go over that one more time. Curl. You want to recurl it. Sorry about the background noise. Extend. Curl it, extend again, and then roll it back on top. Okay. If you can get those two little moves down, then that is incredible progress. You'll be able to start performing packet cuts in Cardistry, which will be using these grips. You can start performing moves like Lego Love, this here, and you can start flicking packets back onto the deck. You know, there's so much you can do, like ATM, for example, like little card twirls. There's a lot of scope for expanding your knowledge once you've got this basic packet spin concept down. I'm going to quickly go over another variation. This is basically using the pinky and the thumb, okay, like the sort of cool skater guy grip. I don't know what you would call it. So the same kind of principle applies. You want to riffle off about 6 to 8 cards. Now the thumb, so this is my left hand, okay? Thumb is going to be in the bottom left corner. The pinky is going to be in the top right corner, and that's going to be the grip here, okay? So try and just get used to these grips, okay? Because it's pretty difficult when you're starting out. Now I'm going to give you like a little insider tip here, because to make your cardistry look really cool, there are little subtleties which you can add. So what I'm going to do here to spin it off, I'm using my ring finger, okay, as a pivot point. Now this is quite a cool thing to do, I think. So to explain, you've got this grip here, right? The ring finger of the left hand, it's all a bit difficult to see, but it's here. You're going to basically just roll it around the ring finger like that, okay? And that's going to cause it to go face up. So again, ring finger is going to be the pivot point, and now you're in this position here. Now what you're going to do is, it's all the ring fingers this. So last time it was the index finger, this time it's the ring finger, okay? So one more time really quick. Pivot. Now the ring finger of your strong hand, my right hand in this case, is going to move across to the long edge at the top, okay? And it's going to curl. And you see it's the same principle that applies. And remember when we did it last time, you extend the finger, right? So when you extend the finger, it kind of goes like this, it goes round. For this particular variation, curl it, these 3 fingers are all going to go underneath, so it's going to be like this. It's like a wave. I don't know how to explain it, but they all kind of go under. Watch. Curl. And now this is the straightening out phase. All these fingers, look, curl and then extend. And when they extend, you're in this grip here. This is really awkward when you're starting out. So basically the thumb and the pinky are still going to be gripping the cards. The thumb is now in the, it's still going to be in like the bottom left corner, but it's going to be, instead of like it being here, it's going to be like here, basically on the long edges. Okay, if that makes any sense. So like long edges here and stuff. And then you can just sort of flip it back onto the deck. So I'll run over this one more time because it is quite complex actually. So ring finger, pivot point, ring finger here, curl. These 3 fingers are gonna all kind of curl and extend like that, okay? Now you're resting on the back of your hand. Now to flip it back onto the deck like that, it's basically the thumb will pull down and the pinky will just sort of let go, okay? So in slow motion, I guess, you let go of the pinky and you're in this position here. So the thumb is still holding it and then these fingers are like supporting it from underneath. You just want to turn your hand palm down like that, and it's that sort of flipping action. And you can sort of just pop it off like that with a bit of practice. Like that, you see how it just sort of goes, sort of flops off the hand. And that's like a really cool little thing to do, just to like mess around, do like a little bit of flourishing. A good thing to practice. So practice this little corner spin here using the thumb and pinky as well. And if you got up to this stage and you now know how to spin it like this, oops, I'll do that one more time. Spin it like this, spin it again like that. And then now you can also spin it like this. Once you've got those down, you've opened up so many possibilities within your cardistry experience. You can go on to do so much. So one last thing I'm going to share is basically how to do it with one hand. I'm just going to show you up to this point here, okay? And I'm going to give you some references at the end of this video for moves you can practice. This is tricky, but what I would advise is you learn how to do the scissor cut before you kind of get into this whole spinning in the left hand thing, okay? I'm not sure if I've taught the scissor cut. If I haven't, I'll make a tutorial, but you can reference, you can search up scissor cut as a reference. So basically, again, it's like 6 to 8 cards. Lift off with the thumb, and the middle finger is just going to be here. So again, reference, this is my left hand now. It's going to be in the bottom left corner. The thumb's going to be in the bottom left corner. The middle finger will be in the top right corner, okay? And you're just going to basically move this bottom packet away, pull down with the pinky, and that's going to basically give this packet here space to spin. So we're just going to focus on this spin part, okay? So it's the exact same principle. Index finger will reach across, and it's going to curl, and then remember, it extends, okay? And you have to be so careful because you're holding the bulk of the card with your pinky and ring finger. And this is a real exercise for these two fingers. Once you kind of get this down, you're going to develop a lot of strength in these two fingers, okay? And it's very similar to the scissor cut because you have to sort of pull down, put pressure down with the pinky and ring to sort of give this packet enough space to spin, right? So it's literally the exact same principle. Just practice spinning it, okay? And then you'll be in this position here. And then from here you can, well, there's lots of things you can do. But for this video, I just want you to practice this rolling action here. Oh, I've kind of messed up there. So make sure the cards are nice and square and spin. Okay. One more time. Curl and extend. And that's the position. So just practice doing that. And then you'll develop strength in your left hand and you'll develop strength in your right hand. But importantly, you'll have the understanding as to how to actually do these spins, okay? So as I promised you, I'm going to give you some references to look up, to research and to study. I'm going to list them all in the description box below so you guys can access them. We'll start off with the left hand. So when I mentioned this packet spin here, there's a nice little cut which sort of looks like that. I'm a bit out of practice with it. It's called the Muse cut by a guy called Henrik Forberg. Very old school cardistry move, but I really like this move. I'm nowhere near as good as he is, obviously, but yeah, it's basically like a way to spin the packet and then sort of close it in the same hand. It's a really nice move to get down. And another move you could practice is a move called judo flip. It's a bit more of a recent move. It's basically like you do the spin and then you close it like so. There is a tutorial of this move on, I think, Fontaine's YouTube channel, so I'm going to link it for you guys. So study those two moves and that will help you practice the spinning action. With regards to this sort of stuff here, this little fidget move is a really cool one to practice. It's called, now I can't really do it that well, I'm not going to lie, but it's called Pincho. I think it's called Pincho, yeah, by Oliver Sogard. It's just basically where he kind of twirls the packet around his hand, but he does it in a very sort of stylistic way. So that basically incorporates this spin off here that I shared with you using the ring finger. And there's guys who can do some really cool packet cuts. One guy in particular I'm gonna share with you is a guy called Zui. It's spelled D-U-Y for reference. So I guess in British it'll be like Dewey, but I don't think that's how you pronounce it. He's really, really good at taking packets and spinning them and doing like really cool packet cuts. I mean, I can't do a single one. But just study him, watch him do his flourishes, and you'll be able to see how he incorporates these techniques that I've shared with you into his own material and his own creations. So yeah, that's basically like a big overview of things you can do with these corner spins and people you can look up and study. Okay guys, so that's pretty much the video. I hope this has been helpful. Hope you can learn something from it. These are really fundamental moves to learn if you want to improve your cardistry, get into other cardistry areas and develop your skills and your strength, importantly. So yeah, I hope it's been good. I might make another part because there's so much more material and like more complex ideas and stuff that you can do. Lots of really cool regrips. So I'll show you some of my own ideas using these techniques, and then hopefully we can develop and yeah, reach new levels. So guys, I'll catch you on the next video. Take care, keep on practicing, never give up, and all the best.